This is a quick run through of where we're at with the od2 hopper move. This is where the current hopper is, and it's been measured out. So this is where the center of the pad is, and this is the actual pad in place. With the conveyor that we have there, we will make it. We'll have to have some shooting coming out of the bottom of this conveyor and to get onto that, and we'll have to shove it along slightly towards, because this conveyor is going to be too low. So I would suggest that we have a chute running to the side there. We're going to put we're going to run that conveyor up at 27 degrees, which is the maximum angle, and then it's going to fall onto a grizzly hopper, and the grizzly itself is going to have a diverter in it, which is basically just a hinged plate here. So what will happen is, if we're getting a lot of wet clogs, the clogs will run, anything that's small enough will run down and fall onto the conveyor as normal. Anything bigger will run into the clod breaker. At this stage, then the clod breaker will it'll either break it up if it's dry, but if we decide that it's too wet, we'll pull the hinged plate up, and we'll have a bin to the side here and a chute running down, so that all the large clogs can be dropped into the bin, which can be picked up by the telehandler or a forklift. And there's no point sending wet clogs through the plant, and they're going to get bound up in the clod breaker anyway. This can all be fleshed out a bit more before we get to the final scoping stage, but it's basically determine whether or not the whole system will work with the equipment we have. All this clod breaker is drawn to size, that conveyor is drawn to size, and obviously the hopper is in the right spot. One consideration is that when we go to build the frame for the clod breaker, we're going to build it to try and, if we need to, fit the small rolls conveyor that's over beside the gate. We'll try the clod breaker first because it's ready to go and it's running. But if the small rolls crusher, if it doesn't work very well, we'll have to buy motors for the small rolls crusher, and we can get that one going instead without having to change any of the infrastructure. So I've sent this to Mick, Glenn, Josh and Shane. Can any of you guys please get back with a response? Josh, what's your feelings? Glenn, Mick, should be high end. This shouldn't be too high, so it should be relatively easy to do a bit of work to it. Obviously this hopper won't be in place, so we may even just put a couple of forklift tines on the bottom of this so that you can come in with the telehandler, lift it straight off, go and do a bit of maintenance, and we just have it on an outdoor plug, 3-phase plug, and that way it doesn't require disconnect and a connect. Any other considerations like that, this is the time. If you don't agree with this, if you don't think it's a good idea, this is the point to call it up. Please put it in an email saying it's not good enough. I said this multiple times and nobody listened. That you know, please don't leave it that's the case. Reply back with any issues. Another idea: put a magnet on the end of this belt, so that we're not having any bolts or anything going in and getting out of the clod breaker. We're still going to use, obviously, the rolls crusher at the other end. This is just to break up the big clogs.